George Control 12, would you put the camera on these guys that are filming the garage down here?
I think
It's
you
the
can.
federal courthouse.
I understand. That means the camera is already on us, so you don't have to order that.
Actually put it over here.
Oh, you have to put it over here, so it's on demand. Can you give us a schedule on the times that the cameras are on? No, I'm just kidding. How are you today? Now that's against your policy. You can't take pictures with your own phone. That's where you mess up.
You think?
I'm pretty sure.
What is it you guys are trying to prove here?
We're trying to see if you, well, you guys are law enforcers, right? This is the courthouse. This is, you guys are here making sure that the people don't break the law, and if they do, they end up in here.
George Control 12, hey, would you go ahead and put in a log? We got 2 people down here trying to antagonize us.
Trying to antagonize? Where do you get that from?
At what point did
Asking
it?
questions.
Oh.
We're filming. Just
Oh.
go ahead and log it.
You're a
Asking questions and filming. They're trying to. At what point did we antagonize you, sir?
There's no plate. They're on foot. Came from the south.
No plate. Now they want our car plate. You're not gonna get that.
I parachuted in.
we came on a paramotor. At what point were we rude to you, sir? Were we rude, sir?
Copy.
Security officer.
We're not security officers.
What
We're
are-
security officers?
What are you? Who are you? At least tell me who are you.
Why are you so mad, sir?
I'm not mad.
Okay.
You're supposed to be friendly.
Actually, you look military. Were you military? Because if you are, you would respect our constitutional rights. This is
You have a constitutional right, but filming a security position during an era of terrorism.
do I look
makes- Yeah, you.
do I look like a
could be.
terrorist? How
You
many
easily could be.
How many terrorists have you guys gotten here in the past? No, not one, sir.
We've
This
had
is
at least one guy shot and killed here.
that does that
Jorge
ma-
Gomez?
2 years.
Yeah, that was Jorge Gomez. And
did he
running
get
away.
charged with terrorism?
No.
Did he get charged with terrorism?
It was a protester.
Talking
I'm
about
sure-
one of our guys.
Well, I'm sure.
And one of the protesters. It was during the
No, it's got
protest.
nothing to do with that. That's a totally different incident.
Well,
then
so with what you're saying is that if it was up to you, you'd cancel the First Amendment because of
I have no
terrorism.
problem with the First Amendment. I got a problem with you standing in my face with a camera.
Well, I'm not standing in your face with a camera. I'm filming your face with a camera, sir. But that's a complete different thing. If I was standing on your face with a camera, that'd be probably a crime. But we're not doing that. You lied on the radio. You said we were trying to antagonize you. Not one time have I been rude. Not one time have I used foul language. Not one time have I raised my voice. Not one time have I made fun of you. And believe me, there's a lot of subject matter on that. But sir, if you're are you a marshal? Are you guys marshals? Yes, you're a marshal. You see, marshal, you're supposed to identify yourself to the public. If you're gonna be out here with a firearm exercising your Second Amendment right, you better not have a problem with anybody's First Amendment right to film your face, sir. So your right to carry a firearm is not, it doesn't supersede my right to carry my camera. You see, the Second Amendment may be taken from some people, but the First Amendment can never be taken, sir. You understand that? And if you love our country and you're a patriot, you should support what I'm doing, whether you like it or not. That's why the First Amendment is there, so that we have the right to criticize. The same way I can criticize you, you can criticize me, but you gotta be careful because you're at work. You have policies that you have to follow. So even though you have the First Amendment, you have to be nice, right? If at work.
How's it going, officer?
Are you the supervisor?
No.
Well, nice to meet
How's it
you.
going? You're the supervisor.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. Do I look like one?
Yes, you look like you've been working here at least 12 years.
How about 1 month? But what do you got?
1 month? Well, nothing. We're just filming this gentleman, but he says that he has a problem with us filming him.
Well,
So
let me ask you. Wouldn't you have a problem if we filmed you?
you guys already are. This is the federal courthouse. There's cameras all over this property.
Okay.
So obviously we don't have a problem with being filmed.
All right.
We're actually bringing awareness on our First Amendment right.
Okay.
So you guys are marshals, correct? He doesn't want to identify it. He took a picture of me with his own personal phone, even though you guys already have a security system that he ordered to video record
Your
us.
point?
So is it against his policy to take a picture of
No.
us with his own personal phone?
No.
Are you sure? Because we're gonna look.
Yeah, go
we're gonna.
ahead, look. There's a lot of things out there.
Okay, so how come if you guys are marshals, you guys are really not, well, not you. How come if you guys are marshals, he's not aware of the very first article of the U.S. Constitution, and he works at the federal courthouse?
Actually, he is. So
Well, no, he specifically told us that he has a problem with that. So maybe you're in the wrong job, sir. You may want.
You're talking to me, not to him.
Okay, well, I'm just reminding him, you know.
No, that's
Well, we
talk
can
to
talk
me.
to anyone, sir.
Correct. But I respectfully, yes, I'm talking to you. So, are you gonna educate him on our rights, or you're just gonna let him do the walk of shame?
I don't know what you call the walk of shame. But
Well, you see, when somebody's wrong, as a man, you apologize. I'm not requesting an apology, but I would if I was if I was interfering with someone. What happened? What did he say?
He said that we're trying to bait him.
No one's trying to bait you. We've been more than nice and cordial and respectful, 100%. He's the only one that said in front of thousands that he has a problem. Specifically, that's exactly his words. He said, I have a problem with you standing there filming my face. So that's the reason we come around public places and federal buildings to see if you guys indeed protect the First Amendment rights that you guys say we have. Once people get in trouble, they go in there,
So let me ask you a couple.
they talk about rights
All right.
until you
Right
exercise them.
here. Has anyone told you to leave?
No,
Anyone
that's not
told
my
you you
that's
can't do
not
that?
that's not my complaint.
So-
well, yes, a guy with a firearm said that he had a
No,
problem
that's
with.
part of his uniform, so you can't. You're talking to me.
This is my part of my uniform. I'm a photographer. So, like I said, his Second Amendment right is not more important than my First Amendment right. So he can't come over here exercising his Second Amendment and trying to interfere with the First
I'm
Amendment.
confused because I think that's mixed up.
You'll see
How?
You'll see that.
How is that mixed up?
One has nothing to do with the other.
Correct. I actually they do. They're all important. And if somebody let's say if I said something threatening to this gentleman, and he felt threatened in any way, what would he use to protect himself? His firearm. It's once you if you're gonna be walking around with a firearm and being a U.S. Marshal, you have to make sure. You have to make sure that you're also respecting people's rights. So, are you the supervisor, sir? You look like he is the supervisor. He wouldn't be wearing the regular clothes like that. I love this guy. He's already probably assuming that we're trying to look for trouble or anything, because a lot of people that do these videos, yes, they're looking for trouble. But if I was, I'd use my First Amendment right to the biggest extent. You guys are not going to arrest me for saying foul language. And even though you may try to bait me into a disorderly conduct charge that doesn't apply, because I do have the First Amendment right to use foul language. But we're nice people and we choose not to. We just let people show their true colors on the in front of thousands. By the way, we posted a video last week that has over 1 million combined views right here in Las Vegas, and we have over 100 million combined views on the internet. So you look very sharp for the thumbnail, sir. You know what a thumbnail is? From this day on, you're not going to try to interfere with anybody's First Amendment or any amendment. I bet you $100 to your choice of charity that you don't know the Third Amendment. Do you know the Third Amendment? I will walk away right now and apologize if you tell me the Third Amendment. Okay. Nobody knows the Third Amendment. I know the Third Amendment. No quartering of soldiers in people's houses in time of war or peace. That's the Third Amendment. If you're going to walk with the second and you're going to interfere with the first, you better know at least the third. So, sir, do you know who wrote the Constitution? That's a basic one. Do you know who wrote the Constitution? I am willing to bet you, sir, that you're not going to answer that question in front of thousands, and your ego is not gonna let you tell us that you don't know. Because indeed, if you knew, you'd tell us, and I'd say, good job, sir. I highly praise you for knowing your stuff, but you just don't know it. So, James Madison.
And I don't want to leave here, with a sour taste in your mouth. You want to be friends. At least, well, not friends, but, part of the community.
I got up here if you want to go.
Breach that gap. Can we shake hands?
That's the walk of shame, sir. Learn about our rights before you become a U.S. Marshal and start walking around with the Second Amendment.
Take your big walk of shame.
That's the long walk of shame, actually.